Hi everyone, welcome to Border Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie. You're not neither any of these blokes. This is Purrsuer. Purrsuer from VVV Clan. Now VVV Clan are part of the VAM group. They're great friends of 1AR and they're great friends of you too. He's platooned up with his old mate Raspberry Soda. We've seen Raspberry Soda on this channel a couple of times, and Raspberry Soda is in the Emil 1, but this is Purrsuer in the Object 252U. Now the Object 252U, also known as the Defender, it came out a few years ago now. Two different varieties. I think the Defender came with the default skin on it, the style, whatever you want to call it, a distinct paint job. The 252U, which is what Purrsuer's driving, is exactly the same tank. It just means you can put your own styles and camos on it. That's the only difference between the two tanks. The Object 252U, aka the Defender, it does have a 122mm Russian gun, 440 alpha damage, 225mm of penetration. That's with standard ammunition. Premium, which is APCR, is 265mm of penetration. Now Purrsuer is top tier in this battle. Well, it's an all tier 8 game. Playing on Lakeville, his team are down by 2, and he's gone to the objective in this encounter battle. Now with encounter battles, there's only one cap. There's only one cap. Both teams are going for that cap, and if neither teams get it, or if neither team kills all of the enemy team, then it's a draw. Unlike assault. The assault mode, whereas if neither team capture, or if one team doesn't capture, then the defending team wins the game. Anyway, Purrsuer's already racked up 396 hit points of damage. He's blocked a bit as well. He's already blocked over 1,000 hit points of damage. He's just kicking back here, sitting on the cap. Now the difference with encounter is that if you're on the cap and the enemy team goes onto the cap as well, then it blocks your capping as he pops one into the Scorpion G, rolls back in this little sort of hold down position here. He's held down to the Scorpion G and the Chrysler GF, the gluten-free, the girlfriend tank. But as we've seen, artillery has no problem whatsoever dropping a big artillery shell on top of his head. It's only one on the enemy team. It's the M40, M43, who's clearly looking at the cap circle, and why wouldn't they? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks on Purrsuer's team, all pretty close together. So of course the artillery's any good anyway. They're going to shoot into that group of tanks. 2-2 the score. Purrsuer on 1,241 hit points of damage done so far. 1,000 damage blocked, a little bit of assisted damage. Waits for that gun to reload. Pops one into the bottom of the TS5. Doesn't quite penetrate it, but they've lost a couple of more tanks pretty quickly. 2-4 the score. The T28 and the artillery have both been killed. The artillery got killed by the Carnarvon Action X, who's playing with Raspberry Soda in the Valley of Death. So clearly the artillery must have been down around this southwest corner somewhere. Got spotted and killed by the British Australian Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank. 2-5's the score. They're down by 3 tanks. The thing that Purrsuer's got on his side is he's got plenty of hit points left, and looking at the minimap, 1, 2, 3, at least 4 enemy tanks are being held up by his platoon mate Raspberry Soda in the valley. So those four tanks are out of the fight in the east. So the disadvantage isn't so huge in the east. But now that they're dead, now that it's 2-7, I'm starting to think, have I loaded up the right replay? What's he going to do to carry this game? 3-7's the score. There are 3 enemy tanks capping. But as mentioned, with the one cap, if somebody rolls onto the cap, they'll stop it. And it also takes a hell of a lot longer to cap out in encounter mode. I think it's 3 minutes for one team. Gets out of here, finds the LHMTV, the MTV tank over there in the bushes. Of course, now that tank went unspotted before the bullet landed. So maybe, just maybe he got some damage onto the British Tier 8 light tank. I reckon he did. 4-8's a score. 2 tanks are capping. I'm not sure. I don't know what he's thinking here. Down goes Raspberry Soda in the Valley of Death. And with a score on 4-9, you'd think, hang on, has Stewie loaded up the wrong replay? Or is Purrsuer from a VVV Clan about to get the carry pants on? Shoots and misses the AMX AC-48. 1,241 hit points of damage done so far. 1,000 blocked, a little bit of assisted damage. Waits for that gun to reload. Now there's a couple of TDs here, and they're not the most lightly armoured TDs, but he looks at the cupola on the TS5. Must have went too high, that shot, because it didn't say that it bounced or anything. 5-9 the score now. So it's, 6 versus 9? No, that doesn't work out. 6 versus 6 versus 10. 6 versus 10. This is going to be interesting. The ISU 152K puts one into the bottom of the TS5, takes him down to 579 hit points. Now, he's had a few problems penetrating his shots. That one goes through, though. Brings the TS5 down to a one-shot. A one-shot for either vehicles. He's auto-aiming a little bit, but he's smart enough to turn the auto-aim off just before he fires an aim. Look for a weak point. Looking at the reticle, this has to be a kill, surely. It is, and that brings the score up to 7-9. They're not out of this. This is why you don't give up when the scoreboard isn't quite in your favour towards the second half of the battle, if you like. 7-10 the score. So now it's 5 versus 8. Purrsuer's on 1 kill. Finds the Scorpion. Surely he got spotted. Shoots the Scorpion. Leaves him on 3 hit points, which is 2 more than he needs. But certainly a one-shot for anybody else. Good if somebody could get rid of him. There's that LHMTV again. Probably in that bush right there. Not too sure. He blind fires towards the LHMTV. Gets hit by artillery. Quick tap of the 5 key fixes his crew. I'm more of a 4 key kind of guy myself. And he just sits behind this rock waiting for his gun to load, thinking, all right, what are we going to do? There are 3 tanks in the valley, all getting held up by the Edelweiss. The light tank is a one-shot playing on the middle road. The Scorpion G and the TVP. TVP's on 1,035 hit points. Scorpion G's on 3. We know that. And we're not out of this yet. If he can go here, at least spot these tanks, spot and shoot. Oh, he doesn't quite have the gun depression. He auto aims and shoots and misses. Gets hit by artillery for 45 hit points. But the good thing is he's lit the TVP. So hopefully the people, the other 3 remaining tanks that are still alive can shoot him. Goes for the kill shot on the Scorpion D, shoots him, bounces a shot from the TVP for 250 damage blocked by armor. 250 doesn't sound like a lot on the TVP. I would guess that that's maybe the stock gun. I could be wrong. Doesn't sound like a lot. Blocks another one. Artillery gets him again for 188 hit points that time. Shoots the TVP, brings him down to 495, which is more health than Purrsuer's got in his Object 250U. 252U, I should say. He's down to 341 hit points, but he's very, very reliably blocking that TVP. I don't think he's actually taken any damage from the Tier 8 Czechoslovakian medium tank. And he's down to his last standard ammunition. Oh, the TD, the big ISU 152K, the big one. Just tried to put one into the TVP. TVP on 76 health. The ISU definitely missed a shot, but you could hear him shoot, and the ISU certainly wants this TVP. He's going for it. He gets killed by artillery. Oh no. 10-12 is the score. They're down by 1,000 hit points. Down by 1,093 hit points, going by the thingamybob up at the top of the screen. The TVP is running away, thinking, well, I can't hurt this bloke. But if the TVU has the smarts to keep Purrsuer spotted, that artillery will continue to chip away at Purrsuer's hit points. Down goes the TVP, killed by the Edelweiss, and now what's going to happen? The Pantera and the Rimby Borsig Waffenträger are both down in the southwest corner. Can't see how many hit points they're on because they're out of render range. The Pantera's not spotted. The ELC even 90 looks like he's going to try and spot the Tier 8 auto reloading Italian medium tank. Not the premium, the Tech Tree one. And Purrsuer's saying, I want to see if we can just cap this one out. Looks like he's got a high explosive ammunition loaded, which is interesting. He's got an HE round loaded, maybe for artillery. If he thinks artillery is going to be here, that's probably what he's going to do. 12-12 the score now. It's an even ball game, but we can't see what kind of health the Pantera or the Borsig are on. The ELC even 90 looks like he's trying to play with those 2 tanks down in the southwest. There's the Pantera. The Pantera must have went all the way back and come around. Down goes the ELC ever 90. That just leaves the Borsig, who, with a minute and a half left on the cap, probably can't come and reset. It doesn't look like he's moving. The Borsig is no longer spotted. Purrsuer from VVV Clan. And the Object 252U, the Defender, by any other name. Painted, he's got the Ace Tanker thingamabob on the front of his tank, which looks pretty cool. And I think that's the Ad Astra style that he's put on there. Remy Borsig Waffenträger, last seen down there at K2 in the southwest corner of the map. The M40, M43 surely will put in 1 or even 2 blind shots in the 30 seconds remaining on the counter, or are they going to get there on time? Who knows? 15 seconds less. We have sped this bit up because we know it's going to be a long cap out. If indeed that's what it's going to be. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They cap it out. Shoots one, sticks his gun up in the air because that's how he rolls. Let's have a look at the result before we go on to the next replay. It's an extravaganza. It's a Saturday extravaganza. 4 race tanker replays in one video. That was the Purrsuer with 2 R's. Should there be 2 R's? I'm not too sure. Purrsuer from VVV Clan. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. You also got the Bruiser Medal for doing some internal module and crew member damage. Jewelers for killing at least 2 tanks that caused damage to his vehicle. 5 for effect, shell proof, steel wall, high caliber. Nothing wrong with that performance. 1,368. Base experience. 3 kills. 3,828 hit points of damage done. Sorry, lost my concentration for a minute. He fired 21 shots, 15 hit, 11 went through, 3,828. He blocked a bit, nearly over 2,500 hit points of damage blocked by armor. A little bit of assisted damage, and even made credits, 42,000 credits. That's after tax with a standard account in that 12-minute game. Now, I'm not sure, did he fire some premium? Not too sure. But that's not bad. That's not a bad result for a non-premium account. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Purrsuer, thanks for the replay, me old mate. I reckon this might be... He might have sent me a replay. Not too sure. Let's move on to game number 2. This is Shell Sponge. Shell Sponge from 7 ACAV clan. Clan Commander. Clan Commanders have to look after each other, that's for sure. Shell Sponge is in the T28 HTC. Now, this is the first of a couple of replays which are going to feature for the personal reward tanks. Personal reward. Yeah, personal mission reward tanks. You can do personal missions in your garage. If you're not sure, I highly recommend you Google it. Personal missions. He's actually on a mission now, TD15 Triumph. He needs to do 6,000 damage. I don't know if he's going to do that in this one. And this one's about doing some other damage. He might get those. Who knows? You never know. Now, Shell Sponge is a hell of a nice bloke. He's a community contributor, clan commander, he does Twitch stuff, he does YouTube stuff. All of his links are going to be down below with all the other stuff that we have down here. He's painted the tank red. This is one of the styles from the Christmas time, the Christmas styles that come with the Christmas boxes. And it's a Tier 7 American tank destroyer. It doesn't have a turret. It's got quite a wide arc, which you'll probably see as he's shooting his foes. It's a 105mm gun, 320 alpha, 181mm of penetration, 224 with premium. Now, the good thing about this TD, like quite a few American non-turreted TDs, it's got plenty of armor. It's the HTC stands for heavy tank concept, so that tells me that it's sort of like a heavy tank, but it's not. It's a TD. Anyway, see how far to the left his gun is hanging? That allows him to, when he's on an angle, when he's on a corner like this, you can see when he's on a corner like this, he angles the front at almost a 40-degree angle. So it's depending on where the enemy's shooting from, there's a much higher chance of blocking a shot if an enemy tank shoots you. Especially pretty much any one of the Tier 6s, I would say. Of course, the KV2 is going to be different, but any one of the Tier 6s is really going to struggle to penetrate the front of the T28 HTC. The way I see it anyway. The Tier 7s, who knows? But as far as the Tier 7s go, there's a Panther up there in the north. The Super Hellcat up there in the north as well. There's a KV2, pops him for 350 hit points of damage, and now he's just the Caro P88, who unfortunately caught that shot from the KV2. Now, unlike a lot of other American tanks, the gun depression on this thing is not fantastic because the gun sort of hangs over the front of the thing. The T150 fires an HE round into Shell Sponge's T28 HTC. But that doesn't matter. Shell Sponge is going, I'll just kill the KV2. Sorry, KV2. Sorry, but not really. The T50 continuing to fire high explosive ammunition into Shell Sponge's tank, and now this is just going to be bad news for that T150, I think. I might have said T50, I meant T1. We got 3 hit points of damage on it, then the OI picks up the kill, and that brings the score up to 4-2. 4-2 on Fjords. Excuse me. 4-2 on Fjords. Shell Sponge, Clan Commander from 7 ACAV. Great bunch over there. Lots of streamers, lots of friends, and a good bunch of people, let's be honest. A good bunch of people. Shell Sponge, though, is not holding back on that W key. He's flying forward. See how fast he can go. Oh, he's spotted an Artie. That Artie is going to be... Oh, look at that. You've got to take the shots, don't you? You can't not take the shot. It looks like that FV304 is not even there. Mix didn't have much to aim at. Missed by not too much. It looks like the FV304 is not even playing. He might have given up. So Shellspine's probably going to fail. Set him back. Send him back to the back. Spots the other artillery. This time it was the GW Panther. Bang. Easy. No problem. He's making it look easy. Got to drink that before it goes cold. Shell Sponge from 7ACAP. Community contributor, Twitch streamer, YouTuber. He's a legend. Links down below. Make sure you check him out. Follow, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. Making it look easy in the T28 Htc. Shoots and kills the T28-2, and that brings the score up to 10-4. Only 4 enemy tanks remain, and they're all up there in the north. We'll see if we can quicken up this tank as he gets up there to join the fight. There's a few, only one of them is a low tier. This is a little bit, I wouldn't say unusual. But Cromwell's the only tier 6. The rest are tier 7's top tier in this game. IS, T29, both in a platoon, and the Super Hellcat, which we haven't seen for a little while. And the Super Hellcat was last seen up here at A8. And look, they're probably still up there. You never know. 10-5 the score. There's the Cromwell. That looked like a high explosive round from a Cromwell going into the AT-15. Has that Cromwell player got the derp gun? The tiny little derp gun that's an option on the Cromwell. Maybe they are, but they've got 2 kills, so they're not no dummies. They've got 2 kills in the tier 7 game. Shellspone's got 3 though in the T28 HTC. Sees the Cromwell. Neglected to mention that Shellsponge is in a platoon with clanmate and good friend Sealy, who got killed by that. That Cromwell, I think. So Shellsponge takes revenge for him, sends the Cromwell back to the garage. We'll never know. Did the Cromwell have the derp? I reckon he might have. I'm not sure if he's watching. Nearly gets the kill on the T29, but that's okay. And there's the Super Hellcat. Super Hellcat's up there. He's just going to kill the IS first, if that's okay. No problems. Super Hellcat takes the tracks off the T28 HTC. He's staying there, trying to get behind the bush. Blocks another shot. Told you it was a good. Told you it had armour. He's blocked 870 hit points. Not bad for a TD. 3,618 casual damage. Can he turn this into a top gun? I don't think he's going to get up there. That AMX 1357. Unless the 1357 gets killed by the Hellcat, I think we'll find our mate Shellsponge probably won't get that kill. The Caro's going straight into the Super Hellcat. The Caro goes down. If the AMX goes down, Shellsponge will have a chance at a top gun, but he doesn't. No, he doesn't. But he did get a top gun. He did pick up an Ace Tanker Mastery badge. Not a bad result. The T28 HTC, the heavy tank concept. It's the second reward tank from the first lot of personal missions. And if you're not sure about the personal missions, check them out. They're in your garage. Click on campaign up near the battle button, and it tells you all about it. There's plenty of videos out there. I know a bloke who's made a few videos on the personal missions. Well worth doing it if you haven't already. You get not just the free tanks, but along the way you get premium time. I think you might maybe gold, I'm not sure, some first aid kits, credits, all that kind of stuff along the way to picking up in both lots of personal missions. And you can do them both concurrently. You can do the first lot and the second lot together. One's based on tank classes, which is the heavy tank concept is one of the rewards for that one, and the other one based on groups of nations. Anyway, back to Shellsponge's game. That was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge. There's also the Fighter, Fire for Effect, and High Caliber medal. You top the score charts with 3,618 hit points of damage, 5 kills, 1380 base experience. You fired 16 shots, 12 hit, and they all penned. Bit of spotting, bit blocked. You even made good coin, nearly 62,000 credits. That's after tax with a premium account in that 7-minute game. You did have a 4,000 actual personal mission payout, maybe for the first win of the day or something like that. But, yeah, absolutely. Check him out on Twitch and YouTube. And they're not a bad bunch either if you're looking for a clan. 7ACAP is a clan I would highly recommend for a great bunch of people. A really great bunch of people. Anyway, Dark Knight. Speaking of great people, Dark Knight was with 1AR for a long time. He's an absolute gentleman. He's stretching his legs. He's checking out the other side over at Raw. Raw, speaking of good clans, Raw have taken the map by storm. They're having some great results. I'm not sure if they're a new clan or an old clan rebranded, but they're kicking some ass. Don't worry about that. Anyway, Dark Knight, LOL, an absolute gentleman. He's in the Char Futur 4. Now, this is another different kind of reward tank. This is a tank that you can pick up by getting the Battle Pass tokens. Yeah, Battle Pass tokens. You can get this one. There's the AE Phase 2, 3, Phase 1, whatever. The Object 777 version 2. And then, of course, there's also the two new tanks. The two new tanks. It slipped my mind. What are the two new tanks? The K tanks, the K Panzer and the K91. They're the two new ones. Anyway, this is the Char Futur 4. Now, this is a bit of an unusual French autoloader. It's Tier 9. It's not a premium tank. We call it a premium tank sometimes, but it's a reward tank. So just like a premium tank, you can utilise your other French medium tank crews in this tank. I think it sits a backjack crew quite nicely, but then I could be wrong. It's an autoloader, a 4-shot autoloader. Let's have a look at the gun. 105mm gun, 390 alpha, 262mm of penetration. That's with APCR, which is standard. Heat is 330mm of penetration. 330? Was it? Did that say 330? Yes. Anyway, Dark Knight, LOL, from Raw. R-A-R-W. Raw. Looks like a dinosaur. He's got the groovy camo on it. In fact, feeling I've got the same camo on this tank. I could be wrong. But anyway, it's a 4-shot autoloader. But the different thing about this tank is between shots, it's some autoloaders are 1 or 2 seconds between shots. This one's about 4, which is a little bit different. Now, I can't say I've ever played this tank. I probably should. Probably should give it a go. But it looks, to me, it looks a little bit, it looks like a hybrid between a French and a Swedish medium tank. Dark Knight, LOL, is in this Tier 10 game. There are 2 Tier 10 tanks on each team, the STEE and the T110E3 on the enemy team. And on Dark Knight's team, there's a Struve 103B and the Batchat 15558, another auto-loading French tank, but that one's an artillery piece. You might have just seen that delay between shots. Not as bad as I thought it might have been. Okay, 4 seconds is 4 seconds. I think it's 4 seconds. He's just kicking back here on the eastern side of Muravanka, waiting for an opportunity, I guess you could say. It clearly hasn't got armour. I wouldn't imagine it has got armour. I still reckon it looks like an Udes, especially from above with that flat pack on the back. I think that might be a barbecue. Not too sure. Certainly not anything other than a barbecue. Certainly a good looking tank. And but clearly not the most accurate. Fires his third shot. His third shot actually hit, but it didn't do any damage. Now you'd chuck a blind in or just take a reload. Good idea. 2-4 the score. His team are down by 2 tanks. They've lost 4, but they're down by 2. They've lost their IS-7 at Tier 10. So neglected to mention that they had IS-7. Also lost the Centurion 5-1, the Aussie tank, SDG, and the LT-432. 2-4 the score. Dark Knight not suffering enough. Moving in a bit closer to not only shoot but spot some of these enemy tanks. Now the 703-122, possibly the most challenging tank name to mention from my point of view. He fired a shot towards Dark Knight, didn't quite land it. Kicking back here in the bushes, looking for, there's all the enemy team are here. A whole lot of there. Looking at the way Dark Knight's teammates have accosted the map. You know, the TDs are up here in the northern part, which is not too unusual. One artillery has realised that this area is looking a bit iffy, so he's moved into the magical forest to get shots and also to try to not get shot by the enemy team. Some heavy tanks down there in the south. So even though the score of 2-5, they're down by 3 tanks. Even though they're down by 3 tanks, Dark Knight's team they own, I would say, 2/3 or 3/4 of the map. Dark Knight finds 703-2 on 797 hit points. Now he can clip it out, but with the 4 seconds intra-clip, that's the word they like to use, intra-clip, 4 seconds between shots, it might take a while. Puts one shot in the side of the turret of the double-barreled auto-loading Russian heavy tank. And he knows he's aiming his way, shoots him and kills him, but he's got 1 bullet left. There's a T69. Is he going to get one into him? He's only got one bullet left. He does. Shoots him. Brings his damage up to 934 for the one kill. 3-6 the score. This is one of those slow and patient games. And I guess it's a slow and patient tank. With that long reload, he indicates the reload of about 30-something seconds when he hit the F8 key. Auto aims on the ST. He knows he's not going to. He knows he's not going to shoot him, but he's just keeping him spotted, soaking up that assisted damage. He's just brought up the 2,000, or nearly brought up the 2,000 assisted damage. His gun's nearly loaded. He's got most of his health, 1,277 hit points, 1919. Just misses the nameless in the rear. This will be a kill shot if he can make it work. He's too low. All of the look at the minimap. All the enemy tanks were last seen right near where Dark Knight is. 934 hit points of damage and one kill, but he's also got a shitload of spotting experience. His team have still got 3 artillery pieces. Those heavies that pushed the south just got owned. Not sure how. What would it have been? 60 TP at tier 9, IS3, and maybe the T54? Not too sure. T28 the autoloader. 3-7 the score. He's got 3 bullets left. Picks up a bit more assisted damage. Brings his assisted damage up to nearly 2,500. See, it's not only... Dark Knight's no dummy in a light tank. Don't worry about that. He knows how to play a light tank. But this is a medium. But doesn't matter. He can still spot at a medium. There's no light tanks left in this game. They did have one. They had an LT432. The enemy didn't have any light tanks, which is a little bit unusual. But Dark Knight, don't worry. Hold my beer. I've got this. The Nameless was last spotted going in towards that valley. Not the valley. The forest. The magical forest. Artillery is aiming into the forest. And Dark Knight paying attention to the chat and saying, all right, let's try and spot whatever might be. There is a light tank. How did I miss that? I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. Shoots the AMX 1390 a couple of times and unloads his last clip into the 1390, loses some health to the 1390 and the T69. However, now he's got that long reload again. I think the reload is not far off 40 seconds. I think it's 30-something seconds. When he hit the reload key earlier, it said 31, and he'd already been, reloading for a little bit. Now he's reloading again. 4-7 is the score. We're on Muravanka? Yeah, Muravanka. Never confuse it with Melanovka, ever. 4-7 the score. Down by 3 tanks, not giving up. Got a damaged petrol tank, which means he might get set on fire. But the 1390 is a one-shot, so is the Nameless. And I think the T69 he's hit at least once. I'm not sure if anyone else has hit the T69. So that would make him feel a little bit better. I'm not sure what he's trying to do here. Trying to get comfortable. Here's the T69 at 429, 200 hit points. There you go. They're all one-shots now. This will be great. Down goes the T69. Killed by artillery, the Batchat 1555558, which is the autoloader artillery. Hopefully that arty's still looking in that direction. Can maybe splash and kill the 1390. The Charioteer does it instead. Enemy artillery kills the Charioteer at the same time, and that brings the score back to 6-8. 1 kill to Dark Knight. Dark Knight LOL. From Rawclan, they're having a great time on the global map. He's on 2,072 hit points of damage, 2,700 assisted damage. Fixes his fuel tank and his tracks. There's an E3 up there. Does he have side shots? The E3 is certainly on Dark Knight's side of that ridge. But the Nameless he's going to want to get rid of the Nameless. The Nameless is a one shot. Down goes the E3, killed by artillery. Fantastic. That was always going to be concerning. The SU-1 and the Striv 103B, they look very, very comfortable in those bushes over there at B1. I don't think they're going to move. They might move, but they'll be bushed up, camo net, binos, all that kind of stuff. Dark Knight, though, will be like, hold my beer, I've got this. This is exactly what he's thinking. The Nameless is a one-shot. What's the other tank that's down there? Is it the Progetto? I can't remember. Can't remember how many hit points the Progetto's on. Arty's aiming in that direction. Now that artillery piece, he's already picked up 1 kill. It's not the Arty. It's the Ringley Borsig Waffing Traeger. There he is. Shoots him once, takes him down to 727 hit points. Two more shots like that should clean up the Russian turreted tank destroyer. Is he a blind shot? Oh, I'm not sure. He's got 2 bullets left, which is enough to kill 2 of these tanks, the Nameless and the Borsig. But he's got 2 bullets left to do it. He takes a reload. I reckon I would have tried a blind shot rather than a reload. But that's all right. Dark Knight's no dummy. He knows exactly what he needs to do. 8-10 the score. 1 kill to Dark Knight. 2,841 hit points of damage done. 2,700 assisted damage. His team are down by 2 points. 8-10 is the score. He's got 3 artillery pieces supporting him. We know that they're aiming in his direction. The Object 430 on the enemy team was last spotted down here. Possibly that's who was spotting the tank destroyers when the last Striv got killed. The SU-101 is pulling back away. He was commenting in the chat that he's getting hit by the enemy artillery, of which there are 3 as well. There's the Nameless. Come on. Somebody kill him. Bang. Nice work. Gets him a little bit more assisted damage. Only 55. That's better than 54. 9-10 is the score. The Progetto. I can't remember how many hit points the Progetto's on. The Progetto 66. The Tier 9 auto reloading heavy tank. The tension. The tension's killing me. We all love Dark Knight. He's got plenty of fans over at 1A8. You can be kicking goals over there at Raw. Don't worry about that. We'll be kicking massive goals over there. Progetto and the Borsig. Borsig's a one shot, I think. About 250, maybe? His team are down. The hit point counter up the top is telling us that his team are down by 2,000. That probably tells me that the Progetto and or the Object 430 have both got plenty of hit points. Because both teams have got 3 arties. They probably carry roughly the same amount of hit points. And but the enemy have got 3 other tanks. Dark Knight's just himself and the SU-101. The SU-101, has it been copping it? The SU-101's got a few hit points, 915. Castro the Cat, love the in-game name. Now the Object 430 just got spotted over there at E3. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left on the counter. What's going to happen? He's got to go for it. There's the Borsig. Oh, what happened? I don't know. He auto-aimed and shot, but it certainly didn't hit the Borsig. Artie does, though. Picks up some more assisted damage. And, the Progetto's behind him on 2,040 hit points. There's the 2 artillery pieces as well. The M53 just fired. So focus on the Frenchie. I would be. No, he's going to get the M53. He knows he can't kill both of them with 3 bullets. There goes one. Auto aims on the French. Shoot him and run. Shoot and scoot. Now he's got to get out of here. You could probably tap him and survive the ram, but artillery will be interested. Don't worry. Artillery will be hopefully shooting on him. Down goes the French artillery piece. That brings the score back to 13-10. It's now they're winning. That little adventure, if you want to call it. The SU-101's going for the French artillery piece. The Progetto 65 shoots him. He blocks 400 hit points of damage. Now that Progetto is an auto-reloading Italian heavy tank. He's going to have to go back and re-engage, but not until he's loaded. 1,351 hit points left on the Progetto. What is it? Nearly 400. He's got enough. He's got enough clip potential. Artillery takes him down to 843. Hopefully the SU-101 can clean up the batch at 1555555. Hopefully he does. Dark Knight's coming in for the Progetto. 30 seconds left. How's this for patience? Finds the Italian tank, sort of double bushes. He knows he's got a 4-second. That Progetto shoots and misses. Dark Knight shoots and kills. The SU kills the batch at 1555555, and somehow he pulls that one back from, what were they down by? How many tanks were they down? They were down by a few. Don't worry about that. Hold my beer indeed. Dark Knight LOL, kicking goals over at Raw Clan, kicking goals in random battles as well, and that was a pretty good ace. A pretty good ace. It was a fucking epic ace. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. You got the Spotter Medal. Surprise for spotting in a medium tank. Bruiser for doing some internal module and crew member damage. Fiver effect. High caliber. Patrol duty. Look at that. 1,623 hit points of damage. 3 kills. 4,500 hit points of damage in the end. He fired 19 shots. 16 hit. 13 penetrated. Over 5,000 assisted damage. And assisted damage, you don't have to pay for the bullets. I'm telling you, made good coin there. Now, this tank doesn't get premium tank credit making. He still made 63,000 credits. That's after tax with a premium account. In a game that almost went for the full 15 minutes. Of course, some of those credits would have been for that 5,500 assist. And that's what I always say. You don't have to pay for the bullets with assisted damage. It's fantastic. Dark Knight LOL, you're a legend, me old mate. Dark Knight's often seen him at Twitch stream saying g'day and having a good time, and he's a nice bloke as well. We miss him. Let's get on to the fourth and final replay in this extravaganza. This is Toddy 339 from VAM Clan. Now, Toddy has been around for a long time as well. Toddy's also part of the inaugural season of the ANZ. Let's make that a bit bigger. The ANZ B League for the it's like the Premier League but better, and he's in an E3. The T110E3 is the Tier 10 American non-turreted tank destroyer. We saw the T28 HTC with shell sponge not too long ago. This one is a ripper as well. He's not stuffing around, he's gone straight for the APCR. 155mm gun, 750 alpha damage, 375mm of penetration with premium, 295 with standard, which is A3. And he's going to where the heavies normally go. He's got a 60 TP for company. He's sort of hulled down with this little step here, and it looks like it's an all-in brawl happening in the south. They are just flogging each other to death. Tanks dropping left, right, and centre. He spots the north, blocks a shot from the Peugeot 65, blocked a couple of shots, blocks one from the Jag Panzer to his right. He's got to be careful here. Shoots the Peugeot for 747 hit points. Now he's tracked. He won't be tracked for long though. Peugeot again failing to penetrate the E3. And Toddy's just going balls deep in this battle. They lost a few tanks early, and now he's just looking at these tanks. Bang, down goes the enemy Peugeot 65. He gets some spotting damage on the Striv 103B as well. Sticking with the APCR rounds, the Striv's certainly looking at his direction, but nobody spotting the Striv. There's nobody in the north. 5-5 the score. That one, he shoots the Striv and sets him on fire. They just put the fire out in time. Clearly a manual fire extinguisher on that occasion, because he's down to he lost a lot of health in that fire. Don't know about that. Bang, down goes the Striv, and that brings the score up to 8-5. 2 kills to Toddy 339 from VAM. Been a very active member of VAM since I'm going to say since day one, maybe. I'm not sure, but I've known him for a while, and I think he's always been part of VAM. I think. Could be wrong. There you go. I didn't see what he aimed at then, but he got one. He got one to the top of the JP E100. I'm not going to say that the tank's named after me, the JP, but it might be. Shoots it, gets another, what was that? Just under 700 hit points of damage. Gets some more spotting too. Artillery dropping big ones on the roof of the JP E100. 60 TP flying forward. Now there's a shit bone up there somewhere. The FE4005 hit Toddy, and certainly the 60 TP will spot it soon. There it is. Going to take his time to aim. He's hiding behind a rock. Can't say I blame him. Jag Panzer is a one-shot on 168 hit points of damage. He'll be hoping for one more damaging shot, but not today. That brings the score back to 9-6. 3 kills to Toddy. Toddy 339 from VAM. ANZB League. Better league. Don't worry about that. He's loading HE now. Let's see if he's loading the HE for a potential 1100 damage if he can pen it. No, he's still behind the rock. He's loaded the HE, but the FV is not coming out to play. The T92 kills the FV, and now Toddy reloads an APCR round. 10-7 the score, 3 kills to Toddy. 2,844 hit points of damage done. 2,500 damage blocked by armour. 2,315 assisted damage. Unfortunately, the 60 TP didn't survive that very heroic run in the north, but the south's looking pretty good as well. Only 5 enemy tanks remain. This one's going to be more of a fast and furious battle rather than a longer, more, whatever you want to call it, like Dark Knight's game. 3 artilleries are left, the Conch GC, the GW E100, the GW 100, whatever you want to call it. Stops and aims. No, you can't shoot him yet, mate. Keep going. T92 as well. Down goes the GW, killed by the grill in one shot. The Leopard and a Fock. Now, neither the Leopard or the Fock have been spotted at all. Somebody is pinging the map down at K0, right in that corner. The fact that the Leopard hasn't been lit tells me he's just, we all know what he's doing. Fock kills the JP E100. Where was the JP E100? Was it behind him? No. He wasn't. Must have been on the other side. So I'm not sure where they are, but I'm guessing that the Leopard and the Fock are both in that corner. Toddy's friends, Toddy's teammates are pinging that part of the map. He shoots and kills the Conch GC. The T92 was paying attention and gets him. Oh no, I was wrong. There's the Leopard. The Leopard. I was right about it being on the red line, but there's It's on a different red line, and they're coming to try to get Toddy now. They've shot him, they've ammo-racked him, they've tracked him. How did they ammo-rack him? He's waiting for the gun to reload. Even though his gun's not working, he's still picking up assisted damage again. The Leopard shoots him and gets his tracks, but that doesn't matter. He's still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still standing. The Elton John song. That's what he'll be singing. Don't worry about that. 14-8 the score. 5 kills to Toddy. 339. 3,874 hit points of damage. Can he get that? The Fox still hasn't been spotted. That's a bloody good camo net on that Fox. When you look at where all of the tanks are, there's the Fox. Auto aims and shoots. Gets him for 750. Didn't quite get the kill. Gets killed by the JP. Doesn't quite. Well, the Leopard says FU. Not sure what the Leopard means by saying that, because he was already dead. He didn't miss out on anything. But let's have a look at Toddy's result. Toddy, ANZ B League inaugural season. Look at all those medals. The unstoppable tank. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge. Hand of God for surviving and winning the game, having received damage from at least 4 different tanks. Spotter, Duelist, Fighter, Fire for Effect. Shellproof. You've got 32 bonds. That would have been because it was a tier 10 game. Also, probably one of the daily missions. Pascucci's medal for killing those 2 artillery pieces. Spartan for surviving on such low health. He was on... What was he on? He was on, I think he was on about 9. Definitely single figures hit points. Steel Wall for getting the most shots. Hello. And High Caliber for doing more than anyone else. Even though the game didn't go for too long, he still got 5,500 hit points of damage. 5 kills, 13-18. Base experience. He fired 9 shots. They all penned. How good is the E3? Look at that. 4,500 assisted damage. Over 3,500 damage blocked by armor. Not bad for a TD. Cost him a few credits because he looks like he was paying full price for consumables. If he wasn't paying full price for consumables, he might have made a bit of money. And of course APCR. But worth it. Worth it for that. Worth it for that one. Toddy in the B League. Good luck, mate. You're going to have a great time doing that one. Thank you for the replays, everybody. Toddy in the E3. Dark Knight in the Char Futur 4. My old mate Shell Sponge. Don't forget to check him out on Twitch and YouTube. Links down below in the T28 Heavy Tank Concept. And Purrsuer from VVV in the Defender 252. Once again, thanks for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.